So we're going to start off with a CBR.com article. Woohoo! 15 DCEU plotlines. It's not the DCEU, you cunt bags. Plotlines you completely forgot about. Like the one you forgot about where they're not calling it the DCEU.
Yeah, it's the DCEU or something.
MU. Get it
sure,
right.
Yeah.
God damn it. The only people I've actually seen this in articles that actually do it right is Collider. They have completely swapped. They do not call it the DCEU anymore.
What do they call it? DCMU?
Yeah, well, they call it the DC movie, and they won't abbreviate MU. They just say movie universe.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
Or DC universe. I've seen
Right.
they do that constantly. They do not refer to it anymore as the DCEU. So
DCEU. Come on, it's already
stop being
stuck.
so rebellious.
WWF.
Anyway, so 15 DCEU plotlines you completely forgot about. This is another classic brought to you by CBR. Again,
These are my favorite.
some that nobody has forgotten about. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, CBR.com. And then there's somewhere like that's not a plot line. No one noticed that. No one cares. And just random other bullshit. There is some legit ones here, like usual. They have usually legitimately like 4 good ones. And like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
So it should be your top 4.
Right, yeah. I think that's what we said on the last one.
But again, they got to stretch it to 15 to get those clicks and shit. So number 15, Harley Quinn helped kill Robin. I think we've talked about that on several podcasts.
Yeah, we have. I would like to see that fleshed out. That's something that's, remains to be seen. Who knows? Suicide Squad 2 is supposed to come out, and now they might have Black Adam as the villain or something. That's the rumor with The Rock. So who knows? I don't know if that will get fleshed out or not. It kind of sucks. It seems like it's going to be an Easter egg or a Robin egg, as the horrible joke that we made in the past. But
yeah, the Batman series, the whole Bat family thing, we'll see whether or not it gets fleshed out. Again, they've led up to a bunch of shit, Dead Robin and other things as well that have changed over time. There's the Batgirl. Maybe the Batgirl thing will flesh it out a little bit. Who knows? There's still that possibility that Joker could be a Robin.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Number 14, there was a previous Doomsday. Now, this is something that I've heard people talking about a lot, that they keep calling it a previous Doomsday. But what the computer said in Batman versus Superman was that this was abolished because of the monstrosities they've created before. Doesn't mean they were called Doomsday. Lex Luthor wasn't there to give the one-liner.
No,
this is your Doomsday.
Right, yeah, that's all it was. He was just calling it that because he's trying to be, make a stupid pun, or whatever.
It could have been a fat Santa Claus-looking motherfucker that was deformed before.
Right, yeah. They're just saying, I actually have seen this a couple times before as well. Other people bring it up as kind of a way to say, like, oh, look, there's been all these other Doomsdays, like, crawling around Krypton. No, they're saying that this is...
technology that was used,
right, for lack of a better term, like an abomination, and it's not allowed.
And it was forbidden by the High Council of Dead People.
Yep.
So I don't know. People are stuck on that. They want the previous I know in the comics there's like an older version of Doomsday and shit like that. They created ones and stuff, and I think they actually have a fight with Steppenwolf and shit like that. But yeah, again, they're stretching. I don't really know if they're... You can call it another Doomsday, but it doesn't mean it was like Doomsday.
Right.
It may not have been a Kryptonian they deformed. It could have been something else.
Yeah.
Maybe Brainiac is a Doomsday. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he was something. This one, I had to read the paragraph because I had no fucking clue what they were talking about. And you're the Man of Steel guy, so let's see if you can know. Let's see if you can get this by the title. Krypton's destroyed moon.
No.
You should have seen the look in his eyes. Sometimes I wish there was a video.
I can't, right? Yeah.
Man of Steel kick-started the DCEU again by fully establishing the DC universe. They call it the DC universe there, you fuckfaces, on the big screen with many layers hinting at a deep and rich history. As we found ourselves on Krypton, viewers could quickly catch a glimpse at one of its shattered moons. A moon that bore the name of Wigathor in the comic books.
I can't even whistle. That was an attempted like oh shit whistle, but
I thought it was more like a tumbleweed. That's what I felt like should have went by. Just a little tumbleweed.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Hold on. With this, it could be considered an Easter egg. It's also a story that hasn't been explored yet. Sure, let's go back to
So,
Krypton's crack moon.
I will say, for whoever's writing this article, I give them the applause, quick round of applause to say that that maybe Zack Snyder had
Ian Cardona.
Okay, he was stretching a little bit for 15, but this one I don't know. It's kind of intriguing because Zack Snyder is known to incorporate a lot of different comic books, especially if you're looking at Batman versus Superman. He takes different things from different comic books. So maybe he did take that, and this is like the one out of a billion people who noticed, and he incorporated it into his article. So that might be something there. Who knows?
Maybe we'll find out on the Krypton TV show.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, that could be.
Number 12. Again, you didn't watch the movie very well. Wonder Woman was looking for the Sword of Alexander. No, she wasn't. She was just in an art gallery, and the fat fucker wanted to try to impress her with the Sword of Alexander. She knew exactly where it was. She said it was hanging over the bed of some sultan of fucking something like that. She knew exactly where it was, and she wasn't looking for it, motherfucker. Right. Stupid fuck. Anyway, number 11.
Moving right along.
Amanda Waller knows Bruce Wayne is Batman. This is true.
Yeah.
She knows a lot. She knows who everybody is because she gives Bruce the files at the end of Suicide Squad, or that extra credit scene.
Yeah. So, well, not to.
Holy shit! You got excited.
Not to sidetrack us a little bit, but I love how all this stuff.
That's what you do.
It really is. You should listen to our wrestling podcast. A lot of people are talking about the extra credit scene in Justice League, but there was one in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that?
That's the only DC movie that's had it.
Right. So it doesn't mean that all of a sudden now DC is copying the Marvel. Like, they've done it once before.
Well, remember when we said the DCEU stole from the MCU and they said extra credit scene was like number 1 or number 2, and it's only one out of the 4 movies of the time has done it?
Yeah, has done it. Yeah. So I don't know. So they can choose when they're going to do it or not.
But this one's, I think Justice League has 2. So that's how they're copying.
Oh, okay. 2? Oh, I didn't know that.
I think.
Okay.
I'm not positive.
Well, we'll wait for...
We get to see Justice League tomorrow. We are recording tonight on Wednesday. I don't know why I said tonight on Wednesday. But Wednesday night, we're recording, so we will see it Thursday evening, and this podcast probably won't drop until Friday or Saturday. So this is very pointless. But make sure you check out our social media, because we probably will put a non-spoiler review up there after we see it.
Yep.
Number 10, Wayne Enterprises is responsible for the squad's bombs. Oh, I guess all the bombs in their neck.
Wayne Enterprises is responsible for Suicide Squad bombing?
I guess so. Number 9.
All right, moving along.
Bruce Wayne already met Barry Allen. He had a mustache then, completely different person. All right, number 8. Krypton visited Earth before.
Yeah. They've established that.
Well, Shane, you give a little bit of a shit. Number 7. Jimmy Olsen is dead. Number 6. The Phantom Zone. Number 5.
What are we jumping to? All right.
Okay, hold on.
Are we doing Jimmy Olsen?
Okay, we can go back to Jimmy Olsen.
Okay, a lot of people did bitch about that. Some people were thinking that what's her name? Jenny, I think.
Jenny. You gotta find me that piece
from Man of Steel. Isn't that her name?
Jenny Olsen. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think her name is Jenny Olsen. I think in the credits she's not Jenny Olsen. That was a rumor that ended up getting kiboshed.
I have heard it in the movie. I'm pretty positive.
No, I don't think so. Well, we're not gonna look it up.
Let us know in the comments, or let us know in email.
But it would be interesting to have a little bit more of a backstory for Jimmy Olsen, because that was a lot of big thing that people were complaining on, and now all of a sudden he's some secret agent man. All right, number 6. What was number 6?
Oh, hold on. I want to go back to the Jimmy Olsen thing.
Okay.
By the way, all the people that bitch about Jimmy Olsen, you're pathetic, and no one gives a fuck about Jimmy Olsen. We've seen it so many times. We saw it all in the Christopher Reeves. We saw it in the fucking Superman Returns. He's in the cartoons. Enough with Jimmy Olsen. No one gives it. It's not. It wouldn't fit in a real world. A kid with a fucking watch taking pictures and shit that can summon Superman. Maybe that would have been good for Lois. Maybe that would have helped people with Superman finding her all the time.
Yeah, maybe
if she had the magical watch of high pitched.
Yeah,
that he can hear in space.
A lot of people they correlate Jimmy Olsen with Superman, and his origin and everything. So it is. I don't feel like there's anything missing. But a lot of people do. A lot of people are like, "What the fuck? We finally get Jimmy Olsen and he dies."
Well, I think they were gonna kill him, so they're like, I don't know. I just don't. It's gonna be interesting with Justice League what they do with Clark Kent. I'm really curious what Clark Kent is gonna have a future in this DC universe. He's dead,
right? How does this? He's on vacation.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe wrong body. I guess I don't know. Mistaken body right there. So number 6 was the Phantom Zone. The Phantom Zone is a frightful reality used by the Council of Krypton to imprison criminals and villains. It is a place where Zod and his army were banished after attempting to take control of the Krypton and blah, blah, blah. Man of Steel, while the planet's explosion, did not manage to free Zod and his followers. Surely the same cannot be said for everyone in there. Oh, I see where they're going with this.
Is this the Feora stuff?
I'm gonna leave that in
there. Some of the stuff that I have seen, which I think would be really cool, is this could be a possibility of how they bring back Feora. Is that she was banished to the Phantom Zone when Colonel Hardy, I believe, drove the ship right into the little wormhole or whatever, and it all got sucked in. So I think that would be pretty cool. Other than that, I don't really know.
Nope, that's not even where they were going with that.
Okay.
They were just talking about they were just presuming that there's other criminals and villains inside the Phantom Zone before Zod and his crew got sent there. What happened to them? So I guess they're trying to say, could there possibly other Kryptonians or other villains or something that were trapped in there? Maybe Mongol or something like that.
Okay.
And shit like that. Maybe that's where they were going with that. But yours is actually better. Anyway, the government and LexCorp know about the League. Yeah, they gave them their logos. What the fuck? How else would they know about them? Number 4, Wonder Woman can't go home again. She can't go home. Yeah, she can go fucking home. Just, who gives a shit? That's just...
Why?
Well, because you know what Hippopotamus told her?
Hippopotamus?
Hippolyta. I'll say the real name for people out there that care.
So we don't get some fucking troll again?
All started because of a mispronunciation of a fucking name. What a life that guy lives. Anyway, nothing but winners. Anyway, no, because Hippolyta says that, if you leave, you can't come back home.
Oh, right. I forgot
her decree, and I'm sure it's final. I'm sure she wouldn't.
Yeah, make an exception for her fucking daughter.
Yeah, she's going to shoot the boat right when right when she comes.
Bring it down.
Number 3, Joker and Harley are on the loose.
Yeah, I would like to see that play out a little bit more. I would also like to see, going back to kind of the Robin Easter egg, I'd like to see a little bit more of that side fleshed out, either in the Batman or something. I'd like to see
Suicide Squad too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'd like to see some prequels, and then some other stuff like the Joker and Harley Quinn get their own movie. I know that's kind of been rumored at some point, so I think that would be cool.
It's Suicide Squad 2. All those rumors and everything, all that shit was probably fucking Suicide Squad 2. It's all leading up to information about that.
I hope not, because then we're gonna end up with the same shit. We're gonna have two lines that you're trying to have your main storyline, and then all this other stuff with the Joker, and it didn't work the first time. That's what a lot of people bitch about.
I don't know. I just really do not give a shit about the Joker and Harley Quinn story. I just do not care.
Really? I feel like they've established something.
I just hated Suicide Squad so much. I might want to see Deadshot again with Will Smith, maybe Captain Boomerang, bring him in there somewhere sometime. Yeah, I just do not care about those characters anymore, and I just don't care. I want to see the character. I want to see Shazam. I want to see I want to see Man of Steel 2. I want to see some Batman solo movies a little bit.
Right. So,
I want to see I want to see a Flash movie. I want to see a Cyborg movie.
But if you have a Batman solo movie, that's a perfect time to incorporate some of the backstory with the Joker and why his teeth are the way they are, or whatever people find important.
Remember they found important why he lost all his teeth.
Right.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah. Exactly.
Beating the shit out of him.
Batman beat his ass. Move on.
I don't know if these guys are dyslexic at CBR.com, but they seem to their top ones, their the top 5 are very stupid. When they're usually the ones back like at 15 and 14 are actually like maybe something to actually think about. They kind of go backwards on this shit, so stuff gets stupid.
Okay, so these ones are worse. All right, so we can.
Well, this one is just I don't know if I care. Anyway, Dr. Poison is still alive.
I've heard that. I've heard some people brought that up after Wonder Woman.
But what does that matter now that we're in current times where more than likely there's no way in hell she's alive?
Yeah, she's dead at some point.
Batman vs. Superman, Man of Steel, all those movies go now. Like, I mean, unless they do another movie that's back in that time where she can pop up again.
Well, isn't that the talk for Wonder Woman?
Well, yeah, they said 80s, but that fell away real fast. Nothing was
but
right.
The other
people
thing,
don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
The other thing is with her being alive.
I told you, it's a guy on a toilet
right.
tweeting out shit.
Yeah. One of the things, it could just mean that she passes along her knowledge, her poison and everything like that to someone else. Maybe there's a Dr. Poison Jr.
Maybe she taught someone her craft.
Yeah, and they, maybe we have that in a future villain. Who knows?
Possibly. Number 1. I had a
we're already in number 1?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I told you we'd burn right through these. Lex Luthor has all the knowledge of the universe.
No shit.
Well, I love how they phrase this, by the way. And just the way... I don't know. I just picture a dude with a Jimmy trying to break into a car the way they phrase this. When Lex Luthor broke into Zod's Kryptonian ship, like he broke into it, put a rock through the window and fucking crawled in. Like just the way they put it. One, it wasn't Zod's Kryptonian ship. It was the crash scout ship from the earlier Kryptonians, and Zod just controlled it later on. Yeah. So that's poor phrasing. Get it right.
Reformatted it or whatever.
Yep. Get it right.
Says, yeah.
And he didn't break into it. He walked straight into it. Like they gave him permission. Yeah, he cut some fingerprints
really
off.
slowly,
with the wig blowing in the air.
Yeah.
How can you forget
that epic Hans Zimmer score? Come on, fuckers.
I just love the idea of if they did make a comedy, just show Lex Luthor on the side of the thing, like throwing a fucking rock in a window, and just see him crawling in and shit.
That'd be awesome.
There's your Ragnarok joke for the fucking Justice League.
Yeah, seriously.
Anyway, so while Lex Luthor broke into Zod's Kryptonian ship with the general's remains of Dawn of Justice, not only did he create Doomsday, but he managed to gain a whole lot of knowledge about the universe. In fact, when Luthor boards the ship, the computer informs him that Kryptonian Archive contains knowledge from 100,000 different worlds. Doesn't mean that he heard all of it, and how much does he remember? He had a bleeding nose at the end and shit. And
he's a fucking evil mad scientist genius, so I'm sure he remembers a lot. This is, I guess, a good segue onto the rest of the stuff. One of the things that I'm kind of worried about is that I don't believe there's going to be any Lex Luthor scenes in Justice League. I think they filmed some and they were all cut. Was one of the rumors.
Yeah, it's one of the rumors.
Yeah, so it seems like there's a lot of stuff that was plucked out. Unfortunately, that really sucks because we've already have something really well established in Batman v Superman, and this is a perfect segue because you have Lex Luthor who has all this knowledge, and I feel like he could be kind of the puppet master, for lack of a better term, and kind of controlling a lot of the things and forcing a lot of things into action. So unfortunately, it doesn't sound like we're going to get that from Justice League. So I don't know how they can go anywhere with that. I mean, maybe Man of Steel 2 or something. They have to incorporate that somewhere. I actually do. I think that is a really good. That's a good final one because I feel like we
really don't know how much stuff he actually learned. I mean, the computer says that we don't know, and then he sees the Steppenwolf thing. He obviously gains knowledge about that,
right?
But we don't know how much knowledge he really gained about this stuff. I don't know.
I feel like if you know Lex Luthor the character, it would be a lot.
You're presuming things, my friend, and that's not how we do things in the world of movies. You're not allowed to use your brain.
Yes,
all right?
Exactly.
God damn it.
Yes. And that's why we have Justice League. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Well, we'll see what happens. But there is one thing actually I off note a little bit here that we did not quite exactly talk about. I want to bring up, but Sci-Fi Channel recently had a marathon of Futurama, and I was kind of had it on the background playing and stuff, and there was just one clip that made me laugh, and it was from where it was the episode where the aliens get their TV show interrupted because it's 10,000 light years away, so it took so long, and the show gets ruined, and it's about a single female lawyer. And Fry says something about general audiences when it comes to TV and shit in general, and I'll plug it in right here.
Married? Jenny can't get married.
Why not? It's clever, it's unexpected.
But that's not why people watch TV. Clever things make people feel stupid, and unexpected things make them feel scared.
You stole our hearts as a single female lawyer, and so shall you remain, or else.
You see, TV audiences don't want anything original. They want to see the same thing they've seen 1,000 times before.
What you talking about, Fry?
We're not trying to be patronizing to people, saying that they like the same shit being pushed in their face over and over again. But we are. I've tried being diplomatic about some of this shit recently.
Oh, man.
But there's so many egregious things that are said about things, and they're just wrong. And people are just when it comes to like Ragnarok and how that movie went down, was just the ignorance of people and some of the things that they did was just. And when we get into some of the Justice League reactions and reviews and shit like that, I'm gonna bring something up, and so we'll get into that.
Yeah, but that clip is so perfect and so telling, and I completely agree with it.
Yep, it was great. I learned so many things when I was listening to the Futurama thing. It was fantastic.